Let's be real. Walking away from someone you care about isn't easy, but sometimes the most powerful move you can make is leaving. If you've ever been stuck wondering, is this even worth it anymore? This video is for you. Today we're breaking down 10 undeniable signs that it's time to stop chasing her, stop settling, and walk away. Because you're not here to beg for attention or accept less than you deserve. You're here to become the best version of yourself, and that starts with choosing peace over chaos, confidence over confusion. So take a deep breath. Let's get into it. 1. She's emotionally damaged. Emotional damage doesn't always come with loud alarms. It can show up quietly through behavior that chips away at your peace. Maybe she's overly jealous, dismissive of your feelings, or constantly starts drama over small things. Sure, everyone's on their own healing journey and no one is perfect. But here's the key. If being with her is making your life harder, not better, it's okay. Actually, it's smart to walk away. Being understanding doesn't mean you have to suffer. If she's rude, overly insecure, or consistently negative, it becomes emotional baggage that drags the relationship down. Love shouldn't feel like walking on eggshells or constantly managing someone else's emotional outbursts. You deserve a partner who brings peace, not chaos. Someone who lifts you up, not someone who turns every disagreement into a storm. Now, this doesn't mean you have to abandon anyone with a tough past, but it does mean you shouldn't sacrifice your own mental health trying to fix someone who doesn't want to heal. The truth is, your partner's past isn't your responsibility. If she's truly working on herself, you'll see progress. But if she keeps repeating the same destructive patterns, it's time to choose yourself. Walking away doesn't make you weak. It shows strength. It shows that you know your worth and won't settle for less than mutual respect and emotional safety. So remember, love isn't supposed to hurt. If it does more harm than good, it's not love. It's a red flag. 2. She won't move beyond texting. Texting can be fun and flirty, especially at the start of a connection. But if all your interactions remain on the screen and she constantly avoids meeting up, that's a clear sign she may not be genuinely interested. You can't build a real relationship over emojis and late-night chats alone. Communication is key, but real chemistry is built face-to-face, not just in the DMs. If she's always too busy to meet, cancels plans last minute, or avoids conversations about seeing each other in person, that's not shyness, it's avoidance. Maybe she enjoys the attention, or maybe she's not ready for something serious. Either way, you shouldn't waste time waiting for someone who treats meeting up like a chore instead of an opportunity. You deserve someone who's excited to see you, someone who can't wait to spend time together. If she's genuinely interested, she'll prioritize connecting in real life. And if not, you're better off letting her go and finding someone who values your presence, not just your texts. Don't fall into the trap of endless texting that leads nowhere. If you feel like you're being kept at arm's length with no plans to move things forward, take it as your cue to walk away. Your time, energy, and effort are valuable. Spend them on someone who actually wants to meet you halfway. 3. She doesn't support you. Support in a relationship isn't just about cheering you on, it's about being emotionally present, genuinely happy for your wins, and respecting your personal goals. If the woman you're with doesn't celebrate your successes or even seems irritated when things go well for you, that's a red flag. A supportive partner will ask about your goals, encourage your progress, and make you feel good about yourself. She doesn't need to solve your problems or fund your dreams, but she should care about your growth and offer emotional space for you to thrive. If she never asks how your day went, ignores your interests, or downplays your achievements, it might be time to reconsider where things are going. Also, watch how she treats small acts of kindness. Does she show appreciation when you do something thoughtful? Is she ever the one to take the initiative to surprise you or do something generous without expecting anything in return? A relationship should feel like a partnership, not a competition. If it feels like you're walking this journey alone while she stands on the sidelines or tries to one-up you, that's not a healthy dynamic. You need someone who builds with you, not someone who makes you feel small. At the end of the day, you deserve a partner who wants to see you shine and isn't intimidated when you do. If she isn't that person, walk away and make room for someone who is. 4. She's abusive. Abuse isn't always physical. It can show up in emotional, verbal, or psychological ways, and sometimes it's subtle at first. Maybe she constantly criticizes you, manipulates your emotions, controls where you go or who you talk to, or uses guilt to get her way. If she uses your vulnerabilities against you or makes you feel like you're never good enough, that's abuse. Love should never come at the cost of your emotional or physical safety. No matter how much you care about her or how deep your connection seems, abuse is never acceptable. It often starts small, then grows into patterns that leave you feeling trapped or broken. That's not love. It's control. You don't need to justify walking away from someone who hurts you. Your well-being is more important than any promise of change or any emotional attachment you feel. If she's harming you, whether through words, actions, or manipulation, you have every right to remove yourself from that situation. Sometimes the hardest part is admitting it's happening, especially if you've grown used to the behavior or convinced yourself it's normal. But deep down, you know you deserve better. Choosing to walk away from abuse isn't weakness. It's one of the strongest things you can do. You're allowed to put yourself first. In fact, you must. Because staying with someone who abuses you only delays the peace and love you truly deserve. 5. She disrespects you. Publicly. Respect is one of the foundations of a healthy relationship. If your partner consistently belittles you, especially in front of others, it's a massive red flag. Maybe she makes fun of you to get laughs from your friends, or constantly corrects and criticizes you in public. This kind of behavior isn't playful, it's humiliating, and over time, it chips away at your self-esteem. There's a difference between light teasing and outright disrespect. When her comments cross the line from fun to mean, especially if you've told her it bothers you and she continues, that's not love, that's toxic. If she tries to make herself look better by making you look worse, it's time to take a step back and evaluate what you're really getting out of this relationship. Partners should lift each other up, not put each other down. If her sarcasm feels like subtle attacks, or if her compliments come with backhanded digs, you're not in a safe emotional space. And when you're constantly defending yourself or feeling embarrassed in front of others, that's not a relationship. It's emotional warfare. You deserve someone who speaks highly of you in every setting, who respects you enough to handle conflicts privately, and who would never use public embarrassment as a tool. So don't tolerate someone who treats you like a punchline. You're not anyone's joke. Respect yourself enough to walk away from someone who can't treat you with the dignity you deserve. 6. She's in a relationship. If you're talking to a woman who's already in a relationship, even if she says it's complicated or she's not happy, you're walking into a situation that's almost guaranteed to hurt you. Sure, it might feel like there's chemistry, and maybe she tells you things aren't working out with her partner, but if she's still in that relationship, she hasn't made the choice to leave. And if she truly wanted out, she'd already be gone. In many cases, women who flirt outside their relationship are simply looking for emotional reassurance. They want someone to validate them, make them feel wanted, without the commitment. That's not fair to you. You deserve someone who's available, not someone using you as an emotional crutch until she figures out what she wants. Also, if she's willing to emotionally cheat on her current partner, ask yourself, what's stopping her from doing the same to you down the road? Don't waste your energy being the maybe guy while she figures herself out. If she truly valued you, she'd end her relationship before starting anything new. Don't accept emotional breadcrumbs from someone who's not even fully single. You're worth more than being a backup option. Walk away with your dignity intact and wait for someone who's ready to choose you and only you from the very beginning. 7. You want different things. It's easy to overlook fundamental differences when chemistry is strong, but if you and your partner want completely different things in life, it's a ticking time bomb. Whether it's about kids, marriage, career paths, or even how much time you want to spend together, these things matter. If she wants a quiet life in the suburbs and you're dreaming of traveling the world, that gap will only widen over time. Compromise is essential in relationships, but when the core of your values and life plans don't align, forcing it can lead to long-term resentment. It's not fair to ask someone to give up what they truly want. and it's not healthy to sacrifice your own happiness for a relationship that's going in a different direction. This doesn't mean either of you is wrong. It just means you're on different paths, and that's okay. The mature thing to do is recognize the incompatibility early and walk away before emotions get deeper and harder to untangle. The right person will want the same things you do and will be willing to grow with you in the same direction. So if you're constantly clashing over big picture issues, or if future plans are always a source of stress, it might be time to step back. It's not about giving up on love. It's about honoring yourself enough to choose the right kind of love that fits your life goals, not just your feelings. 8. One or both of you are confused. If you're constantly questioning the relationship, wondering where it's going, what she really wants, or how you even feel, that's a big sign something's off. A strong relationship brings clarity, not confusion. You shouldn't have to decode mixed signals or spend hours overthinking every interaction. If you feel unsure more often than you feel secure, your gut is probably trying to tell you something. Maybe she says she's not ready for commitment but still wants your attention. Or maybe you like her, but deep down, you know she's not the one. Either way, staying in limbo does more harm than good. You're robbing yourself of peace, wasting emotional energy on something that's not fulfilling. Clarity in a relationship comes when two people know what they want and communicate it honestly. If she tells you she's unsure, believe her. If you feel stuck, honor that feeling, instead of pushing it aside in hopes that things will magically work out. You can't build something stable on uncertainty. Relationships shouldn't feel like guessing games. They should feel safe, mutual, and intentional. If that's not what you're experiencing, walking away might be the smartest thing you can do. Sometimes the best way to find clarity is to take a step back. Don't be afraid to let go of confusion in order to make space for certainty and connection in the future. 9. She just got out of a relationship. When someone has just ended a relationship, they're often still emotionally entangled with their ex, whether they realize it or not. Even if she swears she's over it, those feelings don't just vanish. It takes time to truly process a breakup, and jumping into something new too quickly can turn you into a rebound, even if that's not her intention. She might tell you the previous relationship was toxic, that she's relieved it's over, or that she's ready to move on, but emotional wounds don't heal overnight. If she hasn't had time to sit with herself, reflect, and heal, she could end up using your attention as a distraction from her pain. And that's not fair to you. Rebounds are tricky because they often feel intense at first. You might think you're helping her move forward, but really, she might just be filling a void. Eventually, that emotional high fades, and if she hasn't done the inner work, she might drift away or suddenly realize she's not ready. You deserve someone who chooses you wholeheartedly, not someone still emotionally attached to someone else. So if she just got out of a serious relationship, be cautious. If things feel rushed or inconsistent, take a step back. It's okay to care, but don't let your empathy blind you. Protect your heart and wait for someone who's fully ready to start something real with you, not with the ghost of their past. 10. You're just friends, and she wants nothing more. It might not seem harmful at first to stick around someone you have feelings for, even if she only sees you as a friend. But over time, that emotional mismatch can drain you. If you care about her deeply and she's not interested in anything beyond friendship, you'll end up stuck in a cycle of false hope and silent frustration. Being friend-zoned isn't a reflection of your worth. It's just a sign of incompatibility. But staying close, hoping she'll change her mind, only prolongs your emotional pain. Every time she talks about another guy or treats you like one of the gang, it hits a little deeper, right? You deserve someone who sees your value from the start, who chooses you as a partner, not just a pal. If she's made it clear she's not interested romantically, believe her. Hanging around hoping for more rarely works, and it only holds you back from finding someone who truly wants what you want. Walking away doesn't make you petty. It frees you. It gives you space to heal, regain confidence, and eventually connect with someone who returns your feelings. Don't settle for being an emotional safety net. You're not a backup plan or a placeholder. If she doesn't feel the same, respect yourself enough to walk away and make room for a relationship that's mutual, real, and right for you. So there you have it, 10 clear signs it's time to walk away from a woman, no matter how hard it might feel in the moment. I know it's tough. When you care about someone, the last thing you want to do is let go. But walking away isn't about giving up. It's about knowing your worth and choosing peace over pain. The truth is, you can't force someone to treat you right. You can't beg for respect, support, or love. And you shouldn't have to. You are high value. You bring something real to the table, and you deserve someone who recognizes that without needing to be convinced. Don't be afraid to let go of the wrong person, even if it hurts. Because only when you walk away from what's not meant for you, do you open the door for what truly is. The right woman won't leave you confused, drained, or constantly questioning yourself. She'll bring clarity, energy, and peace. So be bold. Walk away when it's time. You're not being dramatic, emotional, or weak. You're being strong enough to protect your own happiness. And remember, the best relationships begin after you've learned to walk away from the wrong ones. If this video gave you any clarity, reassurance, or even just a bit of strength, do me a favor. Hit that like button, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, and subscribe for more real talk like this. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and stay high value.